Our chief guest is there before all of us, actually. I'm very happy to see that. Nice to see that.
It's unusual.
Yeah. Great.
Namaskaram, namaskaram.
Namaskaram, sir. How are you, sir?
Enjoy.
Hi, son. How are you?
Fine, beta. How are you?
I'm good.
Kanisha.
Hello, sir.
Namaste.
How are you?
Namaste, namaste. Ashna.
Yes. I'm so looking forward, and we have a bunch of questions prepared. In fact, when we were deciding the questions, me and Kanisha, first we figured, oh, it's gonna be really hard to come up with the questions. But once we started, we realized we couldn't stop, and we were like, let's keep it till this much.
We will continue until you fully get satisfied.
It is truly going to be an amazing session today.
Hope so. What did you
Where are you
learn?
calling from, sir?
I am in Hyderabad, India.
Wow. Each time our guest speakers are always calling from different place in the world. It's cool to see that. What? What? Look at everyone's shocked face.
Maybe I must have taught most of the teachers in all the Gulf countries, not even in UAE. Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Bahrain, Oman, Doha, Qatar,
Wow.
Sharjah, Ras Al Khaimah, Abu Dhabi, Jamsu School. Last week I was there in Jamsu School. Before that I was there in Ajman, Woodlands International School.
Wow. That's amazing. So you taught our teachers.
Most of. I am a teacher's teacher.
Yeah, you're a teacher's teacher. Wow. Hi, Nandini.
Hi, Ashna.
Hi. Does anyone have any exciting news to share? Maybe they want to ask something or have a conversation with our guest speaker? Anything to ask? No, not yet. Get your questions ready because you're gonna want to ask in a while. We're gonna open the floor for questions in just a few minutes. In some time, don't worry. We're still waiting for people. Participating. If you haven't heard of it, let me explain what Earth Hour Day is. Okay. So Earth Hour is like for one whole hour we turn off all the lights in our home. Okay? We turn off all of the lights, and the reason we do this is because just imagine if everyone around the whole earth turns off their lights in their whole home for one whole hour. Just think, how much energy do you think we will save? It's not one person, it's the whole world doing that for one whole hour, like 60 minutes. Just imagine, exactly, it's going to be a lot of energy that you're saving up, alright? So today is actually Earth Hour, and the timings are 8:30 p.m. UAE time to 9:30 p.m. UAE time. So I really, really urge you guys to please participate, and please try to do your part for Mother Earth, because just imagine, so many people turn off all their lights, and we save so much energy. And if you think, well, one house isn't going to count, remember, it counts, because you're a part of this earth. Okay, this is your home as well. So every person, every single thing matters. Okay, so I really, really urge you guys to please participate, and let's make a difference. Sanford's writing something in the chat. He's saying, that's why we say one human has the possibility to change the world. That is so true. So true. Okay?
Ashna,
Yes?
Did you say that 8:30 to 9:30 UAE time and India it will be a different time?
Yes, because the timings are different.
No, it's wrong because Earth Day, Earth Hour is celebrated. It's a celebration for the local time. So in India also it will be 8:30 to 9:30.
Oh.
In
I didn't know
America
that.
it will be after 12 hours. In some part of America it will be 10 hours.
That I did not know.
Yeah. So
Thank you
it's
so much.
always local time. Otherwise there is no point in telling that it's midnight in some place and somewhere it is in midday. And America they don't require no generally maybe daytime and that too a holiday for them. So it's only to give you awareness. It's not to save energy. It's to know that there are a lot of people who are living in dark. The luckier are those who have got electricity. But there may be many people in the world, around 60 to 70% of the people may not even have electricity.
Oh.
And you have to have concern. And it is only to share concern. And assume, where are you from India?
Chandigarh.
Yeah. Assume the Chandigarh gets power. It is not generated there. It is generated from some hydroelectric power which is using the water flow. Electricity is generated. And that goes from different places to different places distributed all across India. Assume whole Chandigarh people switch off the light all on a sudden. The electricity flow will get jammed. Once it gets jammed, any energy when you stop it, it bursts.
Oh.
Everything will burst. Because wherever you are supplying, that assume that you have got a pipe which is connected and the one end you are closing, other end is still open. What will happen? The pipe will burst either in the connection center or the other center. So while switching off or not, electricity produced can never be stopped. So it's not to save electricity, it is only to show a concern.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Mostly grid share electricity. There are all different grids in India. It's similarly true for every nation. They share electricity. You have seen big lines going and then smaller lines going. They're all transformers which manage the electricity flow. And today there is no point in saying I save electricity, because I'm sure even if the electricity goes, most of the houses the TV works because you have UPS system. Your laptop will work, your mobile will work, and still people will use the mobile and spend 1 hour, right? So you are not saving energy. It's only to share a concern, because energy is important. And also second one, it's energy probably for years to come you need to save it. Even if it is battery, hydroelectric, which comes from the earth, except solar. There are two types of energy, renewable, non-renewable. So renewable energy, no problem. The wind, tide, solar, you don't have to worry. But the other renewable, non-renewable energy, you have to be concerned. Either diesel, petrol, all of them uses earth resources. So overuse of the earth resource is to be cautioned. That will change probably a large variation in climate.
Oh.
So this is part of climate awareness also.
Yeah.
I keep coming on your Radio Asia from Ras Al Khaimah on Earth Day, World Environment Day. I also keep coming every Tuesday or Wednesday. There is a program called the Curious Science, but that's in Malayalam. Chandigarh people don't understand. You have to learn Malayalam.
Well, I actually find myself surrounded a lot with that language, so I think it's a sign that I have to start learning it.
That's very
Definitely.
simple. Very simple. You are there. How do you say in Malayalam you are there?
I don't know.
There means avide. There, avide.
Sir, I understand Malayalam. I
Yeah.
don't care.
So there means avide.
Okay. I'll keep
Here,
that in mind.
here means ivide.
Even it.
Simple, no? Avide, ivide.
Alright? Alright? I will start to learn it then.
Evide.
Definitely.
Evide means where.
Oh.
So simple, no?
Thank you so much.
Avide,
Thank you so much.
avide, ivide, evide.
Alright, I got it. Avide, Ivide, Evide.
Evide.
Thank you so much for that.
Simple,
Thank you so much for
simple,
that.
simple to learn.
And we have not even started yet, but you have already shared so much information, which is why I am 100% sure that this will truly be an amazing session. Okay. Now, Omar, I think we can start now. We have quite a few people here. Yes?
We have
Can you see the
28,
screen?
28 entries.
Okay. You can share the screen, or you want me to share the screen? Okay.
The theme for this week is Space Program. And he is the guest speaker for today's session, Dr. T.P. Sashikumar.
Today amongst us we have an amazing person. We have a space scientist, an educationalist, a spiritual director, a motivational speaker, and an author of Life of Love, author of Rhythm of Life, and author of Life Made Simple, is here amongst us today. So I am so happy. I'm incredibly excited and happy to introduce our guest speaker for today, Dr. T.P. Sashikumar. Hello, sir.
Yeah, namaste.
Namaste, sir. How are you?
As usual, enjoying. Always.
Yes, sir. You can start.
What? What you want? You spoke everything about space.
Like I said, I'm not the real expert, sir.
Yeah, what
We're
is
all
that?
here
What is
ready
that
to
you
learn
want to
from
know?
you.
What is that you want to know? You
Well,
can,
raise your hand
Ashna,
and we
you can start with a question. That's best.
We'll start with the questions? Okay. Alright. Well, sir, we have prepared a few questions, me and Kanisha, and we wanted to ask you a few questions. So our first question is,
UAE has sent one Mars mission or space shuttle or moon mission. What is that happened recently?
yeah, we had a UAE to Mars mission actually. I believe they sent a space shuttle out to Mars, scanner, and it was a huge success.
It's all.
Really.
Is it space shuttle? Space shuttle is not Mars mission. No space shuttle goes to Mars mission. Space shuttle stay in a space where you can do laboratory experiments. Mars is too far. Do you know how far is Mars? Do you know how far is Mars? Okay, how far is space shuttle from Earth? How far is space shuttle from Earth? How far is Mars from Earth? Then you know the difference. Space shuttle is not Mars.
Around that, please say your name. There's a lot of faces.
Pranav.
Pranav. Yes, go ahead, Pranav.
Mars is like about 200 million kilometers from Earth.
See, in a basically my question itself is wrong. That is because Earth is here, Sun is here, the Mars goes in an orbit. You know, orbit is like a egg shape, right? A cross section of an egg shape.
It's a revolution.
Yeah, so Earth also goes around the Sun. Mars also goes around the Sun. So in some places Earth and Mars will come closer. That closest place can be 50 million kilometers. The farthest can be 400 million kilometers. So average people say 250, but that's not the distance. It keep on changing. I am also rotating around something, you are also rotating around something. Somewhere we cross each other. When we cross each other, it is 50 million. At the farthest point, we are 400 million. But space shuttle is 200 kilometers. One is in millions and another one is in kilometer. Space shuttle where people can go, stay there, do experiments. It's entirely different. It is 1 0 0 0 0 10 times 9 zeros, that multiple. So don't say space shuttle went to Mars. Space mission is different, space shuttle is different.
Alright, I got that.
Yeah.
Did anyone else understand that?
And Ashna also told during the discussion, do we have internet facility in aircraft, ship? It is there. Even today, for commercial people flying, when you can also access it. Only thing you will have to pay extra. There is a communication possibility from the aircraft. The pilot is always in contact with the ground. That uses not the normal telephone bandwidth. It uses a different bandwidth. So that can be shared for any communication. Even before the mobile comes, we space scientists can contact one department space to another space department. We have a dedicated communication. You have all across the seashore, you will see guard. And those guard can contact anywhere. And ship can contact satellite space in the space directly. Every ship has got a contact. And not somebody has to operate. Assume the ship is sinking. The last alarm call automatically will be given to the satellite. Saying that I am sinking. Somebody has to rescue me. Right? But that satellite which can connect the whole globe, for these satellite communications, that satellite will stay 36,000 kilometer height. You have to write down so that you know. Mars is 250 million. Okay. How far is Moon? Moon is around 380,000 kilometers. Less than a million. 1/3 of a million. Right? Sometime Earth to Sun distance, that you must know. It's 140 million kilometers. You can see Mars can be far from Earth, maybe 3 times farther than Earth from Sun. Mars can be 3 times farther than, but when we satellite is launched to Mars, we don't use that distance. When it comes closer, we will jump there. Understood? So if I want to catch somebody, will I go far and catch him, or I will wait until he comes closer? Until he comes closer. Yeah. So in the space, you must have a good idea about the distance. Distance It is not, we are talking about only million kilometers and all that. That's also too large, right? But then when we talk about one sun to another sun, in solar system it's fine, but beyond solar system, Milky Way galaxy, one star to another star, distance is light years, huge. If it travels today, we don't know. The light what we are seeing must have started maybe millions of years back. So it's too large. Have a beautiful, imaginative look at the world, look at the space. They're all huge. Similarly, the earth itself is, see, I am also one part of the earth, and all you young children who are all from UAE is in another part of the earth, west of, which is around 6,000 kilometers, say. But then, if you have to reach the other part of the earth, 6 times 6,000 kilometers. Nearly 36,000 kilometers is the circumference if you want to go one round to the earth. 36. Because 6 times the center radius, if the globe is like this, from the center to the surface, the radius 6,200. It's also not fixed, because earth is not a sphere. Earth is a spheroid. Earth is an ellipsoid. It's like an egg. Egg shape is called ellipse. It's like an egg. But in the equatorial plane, it is, equatorial plane, 0 degree latitude. Below the, assume that you have a map, you look at Indian tip, that will be 4 degree, go little below, another 100, 200, 300, 400 kilometers, you will give the center of the earth. And that side is bulged. The poles are compressed. That's because of the shape of the earth. So it revolves around. Anything, you take a mud in a globe size and then start rotating, automatically it will start bulging on the mid. In the end it will start compressing. That's how the earth shape. Moon is half of the radius of earth. The other day I was talking in the radio program in UAE. Moon is a satellite for earth. Probably the biggest satellite which any planet can have is moon for earth. So what you should do is, all of it, this is only to igniting minds, right? I am only igniting you. Look at different satellite shape. Look at earth and it's only one satellite, moon. Natural satellite, only one. Look at the moon size. Take Mars, look at the moon sizes of different small moons are there. They are all small ones compared to moon. Because moon is biggest satellite. Mars itself is very small compared to earth. Half of earth is Mars. Only that much. Size is very small, not very big. Got it? Whereas sun is 100 times bigger than earth. Approximately. I am not giving you exact number, to give you an imagination. So Mars is half size of earth. Moon is maybe I can say 1/4 of earth if you want. That's it. But sun is 100 times bigger. So you have a imaginative, and weight of the satellite, weight of the planet, distance from planet to planet, all that will determine which orbit it will take. So if you want a space shuttle to stay there, you need weight of the space shuttle to be balanced. The weight is more, it will come down. Weight is less, it goes up. So the weight determines where you can place it. Satellite, when we make satellite and send for looking at earth, for the communication, the telephone. When I am talking from here, it goes to satellite, and then from satellite it goes traditionally. Today what is happening? Today through cable only these communications are made. But where cable is not connected, connect to satellite, 36,000 kilometer height. So all those satellites are sent by people from Space Department. Each country has got its own Space Department. Do you know how many such satellites around every country? Every country has got its own Space Department. And each one of us either taking pictures. You have seen the climate has to be determined. Where cloud is there, look at the cloud. Take satellite picture. And cloud is here, this cloud is moving, this cloud is moving, this cloud is moving, and it is going to hit, it will rain there. And then we will say it will rain in Dubai today. So who will take pictures of these clouds? Satellite above that. You know how many such satellites are there? More than 2,000 satellites.
Wow.
And not more than 2,000 working. How many are not working? Maybe another 4,000 are not working.
Wow.
Which are not in connection with the earth. So what will happen? They are like mad people without any control. They will hit each other. They can have accidents. 60% of the satellites which you have sent, it is as big as a house sometime. Like a bigger apartment. Each satellite is not small. What we make and send it to that place, that can be your normal room size, 15 feet by 15 feet. The satellite can be 30 feet by 30 feet. It's like a big individual bungalow. And that is staying in height of 36,000 kilometer. Another use, when we want to look at it very clearly, look every road, every detail. When you use the Google map, you get Google map, right? Every detail is seen. That means you should have a camera to take picture of the earth and then put them together, map, patch them together. That's what I was doing in Space Department. My job was making maps. So when we make maps, that satellite is 600 kilometer height. You know how many such satellites are there? Around 6,000 satellites.
Wow, those are some really, really cool facts.
And those satellites are artificial satellites around Earth only. It will not disturb any other planet. It goes around Earth only. It keeps on going around Earth. But space is too large, so they will not hit each other. But if it loses weight, if it loses control, it can go and hit somebody. So accidents can happen. Satellite can hit something else. When I am putting a satellite, when I am sending a Mars mission, it has to go through space. If there is a satellite there, it will hit and then smash it, right? The rocket can smash it. So I must plan my rocket going according to what is available, what will not hit. So each country controls their satellites. There is a control system. From Earth only we are controlling. So 800 kilometer or 36,000 kilometer or in moon. From sitting from Earth I can control. That means I can send a message. I can send a message. What to do? Whether the speed has to be reduced, whether you have to increase the speed, whether you have to tilt it in which direction. All that camera control, picture comes from there. And such, out of maybe 2,600 satellites today, 1,300 is from America alone. Half of the satellite is owned by America.
Whoa.
China has more than 300. Russia has more than 1,500. Half of China, Russia has. Guess how many India will have?
How many?
100. Less than 100. 80. Japan has approximately 150. 1/10 of what Russia has, only Japan has. France, India, almost equal. Britishers only 4 or 5.
The reason because there's more satellites in China is because it keeps developing every year.
Yes.
Money is also keep
Money is important, technology is important. And even to look at another country, we send a satellite. So China is interested in looking at what other countries are doing. I can see from the top. Correct?
Those are some really, really cool facts, and oh, so many questions, but such little time. I still think we have a little bit of time, though. Adi, you have a question? Go ahead, please.
Yes. Is the reason Russia has a lot of satellites, or countries have many or really less satellites, is because of the size of the countries?
No. Russia was very good in science. If you want to make satellite, you have to have good science knowledge. See, when I maybe 30-40 years back I was doing my studies, my mathematics textbook was coming from Russia. India did not have that mathematics knowledge. So which book I studied for my master's program in mathematics? Russian book. The scientists were from Russia. So Russia was very strong. There was a time between Russia, that time it was not called Russia, like today it is called the United States of America. It was called the Soviet Union. And that Soviet Union and United Nations, they were having space race. They were running who will become the best. And most of the time Russians were first. In 1957, approximately 60 years back, Russia had great space missions like Sputnik, Apollo, all that was like a space race. Yuri Gagarin, we all learned the name Yuri Gagarin. Look at Yuri Gagarin.
So Russia had the tech, right? Russia had enough knowledge to actually
Yes.
make satellites. So
Yes.
they have a lot.
Because their science, mathematics, physics, everything is very strong. You have to be good in physics and mathematics.
Thank you for that, Adi. Thank you for that, sir. Another question, and I believe this is a question that has been debated on quite a lot. I think do you think there is life on other planets? Do you think there could have been life or a sign of life on other planets? Do you think they could have had a similar living condition or similar atmosphere to what Earth has?
Around the sun, the non-planets, no chance. Because climatic conditions, most livable climatic conditions are available only on Earth. That's a proved. But we don't know whether there is another solar system or similar to solar system somewhere else. Number one. Number two, around Earth, because of this climate condition, these sort of animals like we all are another maybe 200 million animals, plants, microbes, all of them are living, including bacteria, including the virus. Like coronavirus is also living because of the climatic condition which is acceptable to that. We don't know, in another planet there could be a different climatic conditions and there could be another life which can live in that condition, which are visible to us, don't know whether it's there or not, maybe more intelligent than us, less intelligent than us. You have seen some movies, right? They create such movies. From Mars something came and then landed in India, and then they were hiding that animal, sort of a thing. Yeah, these are all imaginary, these are all myth, but we don't know, sometimes the myth happens. So it's not scientifically proved that there is possibility of life anywhere else.
Sir, I have a question.
Yeah.
I'm actually quite curious about. If humans throw trash in space,
Yeah.
what would happen? What would happen to the trash that we throw in space? Would it keep orbiting around the Earth, or would it burn down? Like, let's say we could, and that's question number one. And question number two is, if we launch that trash in a way where it does not come in the orbit, is that possible? So that it doesn't harm or it doesn't stain the orbit. Is that possible?
which question you want me to answer first?
So you answer maybe question 1, question 2.
Actually, these questions are same. That's why I asked you. Assume you are in the round. You are on the northern hemisphere. All of us are on the northern hemisphere now, right? In the equator, you are on the upper part. When you look at the globe, you know Dubai is there and India is here. That means you are on the northern hemisphere. Assume you wanted to throw something. Generally, you wanted to throw which satellite. There are two types of satellite which goes in the equatorial plane. It is called the geo. Earth revolves like this, no, in its own orbit. So it is in tandem with that. That is called geostationary. What is the advantage of geostationary? With respect to geo means earth. With respect to earth, it is stationary. See, if I have a satellite which is used for communicating with me, my television program. From Delhi, I am telecasting, it goes into the satellite. It has to come back to me in the neighboring area. That means satellite has to be always on top of me. Satellite cannot go very far from the earth. It has to be always on top. So with respect to earth, it has to be stationary. Earth is here and satellite is here. Always it has to go like this. So it's always visible on my top. That's called geostationary. And that is always revolving around in the equatorial plane. The way the earth rotates, east to west, west to east. If the earth goes from west to east, satellite also goes from west to east. But the other satellite is which goes from pole to pole. It is called a polar satellite. Sun synchronized. It only takes picture when the sun comes and that picture is visible for people to see. Now let us see 36,000 km I cannot throw trash. 800 km only polar. If I want geostationary, it has to be 36,000 km height. There is another one, navigation. You are having a GPS. Wherever you are going, your control is given time, and when you drive, you know where the car is, right? That is another satellite. That is in 20,000 km height. That has to be not stationary. That has to be somewhere in balance so that it can see many places of the world. So that I can connect to those satellites any point of time. At least 7 satellites. There are plenty of them which are supporting us. Russia has its own group. India has its own group. America has its own group. That's what is supporting the whole world now. Now, assume I wanted to throw something. Stand in front of your house. Imagine you are throwing something to the south of you. It will go and assume you are in Abu Dhabi, it will come and fall in Dubai. Because Abu Dhabi is north, Dubai is south, right? Assume with more force you throw, what will happen? It will come and fall in the Indian Ocean. Assume with a lot of, does it fall in Indian Ocean or Arabian Sea? Arabian Sea. South of this Arabian Sea. Again you throw with more force, it may come and fall in India. With more force you throw, it will come and fall in Indian Ocean. With more force, it will go to Australia and fall. Because you are going south, 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 south. With some more force if you put, it will fall in the south pole. With some more force you throw, where it will go? It will go out of the earth. Understood? You are standing on a globe and throwing. If little force, it will go and fall here. Little more force, it will go and fall here. Little more force, it goes out of the earth. Once it goes out of the earth, what it can do? No, earth gravity will pull it down. But there is another gravity called universal gravity. All other planets also have gravity. That's called universal gravity. Moon has gravity. Other planets have gravity. Assume your force is too large. Your power of throwing it is too large. It goes out of atmosphere of the earth. What is atmosphere of earth? 140 kilometers. Suppose you can throw something out of 140 kilometers of the earth gravity becomes less, so that it will not pull you down. The item which you are throwing is not pulling down. So how satellites are launched? You have to launch, you have to throw item. If you want anything to be in space, including space shuttle, you have to throw it outside 140 kilometers, 150 kilometers, safe. Then what will happen? Assume the weight is too less, other gravity is not able to pull that, it will come back to Earth. Once it comes back, you are not pushing. With that weight, it comes closer to the Earth. When it comes closer to the Earth, because of friction, it will get fired. Nothing will be there. It will become bits and pieces, waste, dust. They are called debris. It will be nothing there. Even if I have a satellite on top of the Earth, I wanted to kill that and make it into dust. I have to only pull it little bit. Rest of the time when it comes to atmosphere, because of friction, it will become bits and pieces, invisible small dust particle. Okay, you want to make that to stay on the outside the atmosphere, sufficient weight and good energy for controlling it, making it to go around. Even a debris, a waste material can be put into. Sometime what happens, we launch a satellite, once it goes there, the connection is gone, energy is not given, solar power is not given, battery is not working, antenna is not working, controllers are not working, they are like a dust particle in the space. No control, it goes like a dust particle. It's a waste material there. And then when assume that there is a dead, I can only little bit control that satellite. You know what do? We pull it little bit. Once you pull it little bit or push it little bit, because of friction, that will become fire.
Oh.
So I can, that pushing and putting from a normal life orbit, the satellite to kill. I kill myself, my own satellite, because it is useless for me. I don't want it to stay in the space. We call that orbit as graveyard orbit. What's it called? Graveyard orbit. So if I want to kill anything in the space, I push little, pull little, whichever is convenient for me. Throw it in the graveyard. Yeah. So many hands now.
Yeah, we have lots of hands and actually very little time. So, sir, I'm so sorry, it's not going to be impossible, but we need the explanation to be because we're running out of time and we can only take one person.
You have my telephone number, you can contact me and get in questions anytime. You are always open for me.
And sir, what is the place we can contact you at?
944 7437 948. 944 7437 948. Otherwise, don't forget my name. I am Dr. TPS. Teachers, Parents and Students. I serve 3 community: teachers, parents and students. So go to DrTPS, look at YouTube, you will see a lot of such videos. Plenty of them. Around 2000. Mostly for children. Yeah. Earlier, my session with Faisal also you can see. You are founder, director, somebody, you know. We had a session together. Yeah. We had a session together. You can see some motivation lectures under his umbrella from DrTPS also.
Well, thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, but I can take question if you want. You said one more question.
One more question? Because, sir, we actually have other sessions as well.
Yeah, fine.
And I'm afraid we might run out of time. But, guys, remember, as Dr. TP said, we can always check out YouTube and all of that. And if you still want, you have a personalized question that you want to ask him, then you can contact him on the number that's been put there. You can see it as his name only. And I believe Kanisha put it in chat as well. So you can ask him like that. And for as long as he is on Zoom, you can also private message him.
Just send a WhatsApp, I will be available for you.
Okay, because we are running out of time. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Ashna. I enjoyed talking to you. You are
Thank you.
good.
Thank you.
Smart.
Thank you, sir. And you have really provided us with a lot of knowledge. We came here knowing maybe not as much about space, but now we will leave this meeting knowing so much more. And truly thank you so much once again. It was a pleasure to talk to you.
Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you.
Inshallah.